Today on the show, we're going to talk about
I have a headache.
telephones. He has a headache. It's raining outside.
It just happened, so I felt like I needed to vomit that all over y'all. So, but yeah, today we're gonna talk about phones. I have iPhone. He has, stop it, Android.
I have to be careful when we put things up because it's going to be like, wait, what are you trying to show me? This? My screen's on. Yours sucks.
We did it a little. Oh.
There's a lot of controversy out there about iPhone versus Android. Which is better? Your screen's still not on.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to reflect the light
into the
camera.
Please don't glare the people to death.
Yeah, y'all can totally see my phone's super dirty too. So.
Every phone is super dirty. I've given up on having a clean screen as long as there's no scratches. Yeah, see there.
Yeah, the grease from my sock that I just wiped my phone off.
That is one of the cool things about my phone is it has that scratch protection on it. Is it Gorilla Glass? I don't remember if
I don't remember if Sprint uses Gorilla Glass or something. It's the same thing. They call it different. Samsung.
Yeah, but anyway, the screen doesn't have any scratches on it, but the things along the side, the plastic on the side is all chipped and everything. But
eaten.
I've had it for almost a year now.
He gets hungry.
I do, and I eat phones. Anyway, so we're going to talk about just every day what we use phones for and which one we think is better, I guess.
Right.
Because
we
have both
iPhone's better.
Different things.
iPhone's better.
Why?
Because it just is.
Why is iPhone better?
Because it is. Because it's not Android.
All right, moving on. No, seriously, like using it, and we're trying not to get too geeky and nerdy and stuff. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. We're gonna try not to get too geeky and nerdy and go into which phone has more RAM, which phone has 4G. Although I guess that would be a big selling point is 4G, but
yeah, his has 4G. Mine does not because it is lame. Except for being an iPhone, in that case, it's really awesome. So. Shut up. And so, yeah, iPhone is faster, harder, better, faster, stronger. That's
in like normal everyday life. What do you use your phone for?
For everything besides talking on the phone, pretty much. That's a big games, texting, video calls, just everything except. I mean, I do talk on the phone sometimes, but if I can avoid it, I'd much rather do anything besides talk on the phone.
I have like 450 minutes on my phone, and I haven't used hardly any of them.
Yeah.
Because mobile to mobile is free too, so we don't really talk on our phones. That's silly, I know, but that's the way.
Wait, does video calling like FaceTime count as minutes?
That's over your Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it's free because it's over your Wi-Fi.
Plus, it's mobile to mobile.
Yeah, well, but it's over the internet, and you can only do it over the Wi-Fi.
Well,
so
unless you have a jailbroken device.
Not that we condone anything like that. Mine's also rooted. I have a Galaxy S2 from Sprint, but I'm running like stock ice cream sandwich on it. No, it's not Jelly Bean yet, but soon. They just haven't gotten to
Jelly
it yet. So I'm running stock ice cream sandwich, but
and it's awesome.
The thing I've always liked about the iPhone, I've never owned one.
He's making me hungry, Jelly beans, ice cream sandwiches, froyo.
Anyway, the thing that I've always enjoyed about the iPhone, and I've never owned one.
My favorite was donut. I really liked donut.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
The thing that I always liked about Android, iPhone. Thing that I've always liked about iPhone has been, and I've never actually owned one, but I've used the system. I've had an iPad, I had an iPod Touch, whatever. But it was fluid and it just worked.
It did.
And I think that's one of the selling points of iOS and Apple devices.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But the difference, every other time it's normal, but this time I feel bad for it. The main difference I have is I used to have Android. And I used to have jailbroken Android. Or I'm rooted, sorry. Sorry, don't send hate mail, sorry.
Send it to him.
I apologize, rooted. iOS is jailbroken, Android is rooted. I don't really know the whole difference, but it's not.
We're not going to get into that. That's geeky stuff.
So, anyway, we have another video about all that, explaining all that. I don't remember what it was, but anyway.
Did we finally put that up?
I don't know if we did or not. I thought we did. We
I'll
did
check.
one talking about rooted device. I think it was one of our earliest podcasts.
But did we actually do it and put it up, or I think we talked about it.
Anyway. So I used to have rooted Android devices, and now I have a jailbroken iDevice. And the only difference is I've never wanted to throw this phone out of a window, ever.
Ashley has. She's wanted.
Really?
Well, hers isn't jailbroken, but
right.
Yeah, especially today.
But see, my thing is, I had rooted Android devices, and every time someone would root it for me, and it just turned out horrible. I had horrible experiences. It got laggy and slow, and I tried running things that shouldn't have been run on it. First of all, I think that was the main problem.
But were those conditions pre-existing before you had the phone? That's why we we rooted it to put custom ROMs on it, because it was already really crappy.
Right.
And that's
so I understand that. But with the iPhone, since the first time I jailbroke it, it has worked. Mm-hmm. It has never lagged.
Well, and it's worked before you jailbroke it too. But so we're just gonna say the iPhone just works.
Right. So it's never lagged. It's never been slow. It's always worked. It's always been just as fast as it was before I jailbroke it. It's always been just perfect, and I've never had any issues that made me hate the phone. So.
And here's what happened then when you had your older phones. I will be the first to admit that up until about Gingerbread, which is 2.3 Android version, that Android was not that great. The apps were nowhere near what you had on iOS. The phones that they were putting these things on were just cheap, just really pieces of junk, really. I mean, the kind of phones that I've had up until my HD2, which I put Android on but wasn't actually an Android device, they've been pieces of junk. And I've had to root them and put custom ROMs on it, custom systems, in order to just get the thing to work how it needed to be. And then, like you said, it didn't always work that way. But I will say, ever since at least Gingerbread and on, especially ICS 4.0, it has gotten a lot better. And I think the fluidity of the way that you can flip through screens and do all this stuff, and it doesn't lag even once, is on par now with the iPhone. It's just about too. Right.
Same thing.
But for the longest time, Android.
We both have Doctor Who background.
I don't anymore. I did, but I had it changed it to this. It's easier to see the icons on this when we're.
Suck.
Anyway, but up until recently, I mean, we've been playing catch up. Anyway, we've been playing catch up with iOS in terms of fluidity and stability.
I've been ahead of him for a year now.
Anyway. No, Android's been on 2.3 for quite a while now. No. But you have to have the right device with a decent amount of memory and RAM and
CPU,
a decent
GUI.
A decent manufacturer to build them on, and we have those now. So I think in terms of stability and everything, the debate between the two now is not really that exists.
By the way, the Galaxy S3 just came out, so if you want a Galaxy device, don't get the S2.
And buy one for us.
Yeah, if you want to.
On Sprint, please.
On Sprint.
We need
new phones. Because ours suck.
if you guys get us one, we can review it on camera,
right,
and we can let you know how it is, so that you don't have to waste your money.
We could do a Kickstarter.
Kickstarter.
We should start a Kickstarter. People donate money, and then we could buy new phones, electronics, cameras, and then
don't do this.
And then we could.
Didn't do it this time.
And then we could review them and tell them how those things worked out.
So yeah, Samsung, if you're watching this, we'll tag you in this so that you can see it. Send us some videos. Anyway, okay, so this is what it boils down to. They are pretty much, as far as apps and fluidity, people are going to debate about this.
There's still not nearly as many developers for
I'm not
Android
saying there's not as many apps. I'm just saying quality of apps and your basic apps are all there.
You just got Spotify.
I'm talking about Twitter. I'm talking about Facebook. I'm talking about those basic apps that you get. They're going to be the same. Your experience on those is going to be the same. Sure, iOS is going to get some apps first. That's just the way it's going to be. And Android will always get them second until somebody figures all that out. But anyway, Really what it comes down to now is just what do you like, what do you use, and what works for you. Because they both work, and they both have cons and pros, and we're not going to sit here and go into all those. Because it really just comes down to, do you like the smaller screen on the iPhone? Do you want a bigger screen? Do you want to not be locked into the Android or Apple ecosystem, which, to be fair, you're kind of still locked into the Android ecosystem.
Yeah,
but
you are.
So you just got to pick which one has its benefits, which one fits you the best, and you just got to make a decision that way. And then once you do, just know that this is the decision you made, and don't let anybody tear you down because you decided to go with an iPhone over Android or vice versa.
All right, so to end this week, we're going to do this. iPhone 4, 7.5 out of 10. There's some things they could improve on, some things that are awesome about it.
And the things they could improve on would be like techie things that you and I would want.
Right. Like
basic
turn-by-turn navigation, which this fall is coming. Just stuff like that. So right now it's a 7.5, maybe 8 out of 10. What do you think? No, yours.
On mine, I really can't think of anything that I would want this phone to do right now that one does. Is it perfect? I don't think phones are perfect yet. So I would have to say 8.5, 9-ish. I mean, 10 would just be like, there's absolutely no problems. Battery life is insanely good. But that would probably be like battery life. You always need more battery life. Yeah. Everyone always needs more battery life. So once they can figure out longer lasting batteries, when we could have these on for like 24 hours and not have to charge them, that would be great. But otherwise, I mean, there's literally nothing that
mine's actually pretty good in that case, because I mean, I took my phone off the charger yesterday at about 10 o'clock in the morning. Didn't charge it last night. Didn't charge it all day yesterday. Used it today until about 3. Or I put it back on the charger about 2, and it was at about 35%. So it's not bad.
Yeah, and that would be like the way they kind of judge phone use.
I wish they could do the phone battery is the same way they do the iPad battery.
See, the way they judge
iPads
phone use
have
is
insane battery life.
The way they judge it, though, is like hours of constant use.
Right.
Not necessarily
idle time.
Mine could, if I turned off 4G and everything and then just set it down and let it sit there and not do anything, it could probably last pretty long. But what you really want it to do is to last long and still be able to use it.
All right.
So,
like the iPad.
But kind of the same way, and like you said, iPad has amazing battery life, but it's a huge battery and it doesn't have an always-on cellular connection. You're not making phone calls. You can make FaceTime calls, whatever. But this isn't about the iPad. We'll do that later when we do tablet edition.
We've already done that. All right, so that's gonna end it for this week. Stay tuned next week for more geeky goodness.
Leave us comments if you think we are horrible, and if you think that iPhone or Android sucks, vice versa, whatever.
Go to Nokia. Yep.
Yeah, Nokia.
Thanks. We like phones.
Phones.